Hello everyone, and here's another small selection of items from our staff and from our pupils, and I hope you find these informative. There's loads of information about a lot of the history work that we've been doing in both the primary and the high school. There's some interesting imagery of what we're doing in the nursery garden, and I'd like to say thanks very much to Graham and his team for finishing the new outside area. That's looking fantastic. I should also thank Marion in the library. Loads of visits to the library, loads of books being taken out there. So thanks Marion for your support, and I'd like to thank the Inverary surveyors and those who are bringing along artefacts and fantastic stories of what's been going on in Argyll and in Tiree in particular. So jam-packed with information. And I'd like to thank Abby and Skye for their contribution as well. So, only thing for me is exams, keep going, make sure you know when the exam's on, what you need to do, keep asking for help, that's crucially important. And remember there's a holiday on Monday, so see you all next week, on Tuesday onwards. Thanks very much then.
Ha an saoirigear tí an go hoficail le lá buí belting ach thosaigh an deach an seo leis an droch naach go de chuchail córt an conal. Bhí na scolaran agus an lochtéchas go heondring go mór, be fírig ascoch a bhogsa a bhean garíirih. Following on from the drama production last year and what we learned about John Turnbull and the mapping of Tiree, we have some surveyors from Historic Environment Scotland coming over along with a colleague from Archives at Inverary. They'll be leading surveying workshops for upper primary and lower secondary pupils on Thursday and Friday. They'll be studying the landscape around Grainhill and the Hoe Stone Circles. Each workshop will include an investigation of the landscape, participation in measuring and drawing what can be seen, alongside some local stories and archive documents. Pupils will need to bring a packed lunch and wellies. More details will be sent home shortly. Pupils were given information this week about an end-of-term dance at Oban High School. There's a junior dance for the new S2-3 classes and a senior dance for S5 and S6. Details have been sent home to parents already. Next week, SQA exams continue with us with English, RME and Chemistry. Senior pupils may study from home from Tuesday the 9th of May. And finally, the secondary timetable will be changing on the 15th of May and pupils will move up a year to start their new courses. Hope you enjoy the long weekend. Tiree and Drast.
We received sad news this week about the death of a true friend of the school, Gordon Connell. Gordon taught here in the high school for 34 years, but even after he retired, he carried on tutoring accordion and pipe band drumming to so many of our young people. We are very grateful for all the time throughout the years that Gordon gave us. We will really miss him at school.
At the start of June, our school music club will be holding a concert, which will be open to everyone. Dates and times will be confirmed closer to the time. This week is also my last week doing the weekly news, as I'll be leaving school next week. My role will be passed on to a new individual.
Hello everyone. This week in primary, our classes visited the library again. Thanks Marion for supporting these sessions. The children are really enjoying being able to get back over, and the feedback from them is that they are loving the choice of books that they have and having the opportunity and time to look at all the different sections and finding books that interest them. Mrs McIntosh's class have been learning about the coronation of King Charles III. They watched a programme about the last coronation, which took place in 1953, and found out about the crown, the orb and the sceptre. They then tried making some crowns of their own, using a picture of St Edward's crown to help. Thankfully, their crowns don't weigh as much as the real thing, which weighs over 2 kilograms. Our Primary 1 transition continued this week with our new Primary 1 teachers for next year visiting the nursery on Wednesday and spending some time getting to know the children. This will continue for the next few weeks to allow the pupils to get familiar with the primary staff. You may have noticed that there is a slight change to next year's teachers, with Miss Rankin moving to our Primary 1 to 4 Gaelic class. This means that Miss Campbell will be taking our Primary 5 to 7 class from August. More information on next year's classes will be sent out near the end of this month. A letter has been issued to primary parents this week with some dates for the month of May. We've got a few things coming up this month, and next week we have our Primary 4-5 Heinish trip and also surveying workshops on Thursday. We have a long weekend this weekend, so I'll see everyone back in school on Tuesday.
Welcome to Tiree Nursery News. The nursery garden has definitely been the place to be this week. Numeracy, literacy and health and well-being experiences were in abundance, along with developmental milestones being met. Huge amounts of child-initiated messy play has been going on this week. Our children have been supportive of each other and shared resources brilliantly. As part of our transition programme, Miss Rankin came into the nursery and read our children a lovely story. The children were so engrossed in the story, they had a wonderful time. Earlier this week, the children met with their childcare and education workers to review the leadership roles. The children were so sensible and they all volunteered for a leadership role within the nursery that they really enjoy doing. On Thursday afternoon, the nursery held a Gaelic family learning event. A huge thank you to all the parents and carers that came along. You also brought our nursery children's younger siblings too, and this was great to see. In the event, we focused on our numbers, colours and days of the week, and the children also sang a number of Gaelic songs too. Have a great weekend, everybody, and please don't forget that the nursery is not open on Monday, and we will see you all on Tuesday.